So Pixel 3 versus iPhone XS, which one shoots better video? Because this channel is all about video production, I wanted to just take these both out, shoot video, a non-biased review, straight to the point, which is what we all love, and you can decide for yourself which one you like better. One quick note is both of these were shot in fully automatic mode on both the iPhone and the Pixel. You can obviously get much more in depth with your settings with something like Filmic Pro on the iPhone, which will let you adjust aperture and shutter speed and ISO. Since most of us naturally just go right to the camera app and start recording videos or take photos, I let the camera do the work for me. And I just simply tapped on what I wanted to focus and I let it do the rest. If the exposure was really off, I adjusted slightly just to make sure they stayed consistent, but that's it. The camera was doing the job. One thing to note is the iPhone shoots in 24 frames a second at 4K. The Pixel cannot shoot in 24 frames a second. It can only shoot in 30 frames a second. So both of these tests were shot in just what they can shoot in. 24 frames a second here, 30 frames a second here. So here we go. Here's some side-by-side shots of the iPhone versus the Pixel 3. 24 frames per second. The camera doing all the work by itself. When it comes to slow motion, they both have great capabilities. The iPhone shoots in 240 frames a second, and so does the Pixel, but the way the Pixel kind of lays it out is quarter speed, eighth times speed, because they don't lay it out in actual frames per second. So here's some slow-mo mode. Here's 240 frames a second on the iPhone XS. And here's that same exact shot on the Pixel 3. All right, stabilization tests. We're just gonna walk. This is iPhone XS. I'm gonna walk as I would normally. I'm not trying to overthink my walking, just walking. Stabilization tests of the Pixel 3, just walking, not overthinking my walking. I think this one's way better. Here's a few tests letting some cars go through the frame and also just testing rolling shutter, whether that's actually a problem on both these phones. Both of them seem to handle this pretty well. I don't really notice much rolling shutter. And of course, because my channel for some reason talks a lot about autofocus, let's do an autofocus test between the Pixel 3 and the iPhone. One thing you probably noticed is just how much smoother the iPhone's autofocus was. You can see as my hand comes up and then leaves the frame, how smooth that transition is from foreground to background, something that I think is super important in autofocus if you want it to look natural. The Pixel 3 did the speed fine, but it just is a very unnatural shift from forward to back. So that's one thing to keep in mind if that's important to you. It's not super important for the most part when you're shooting on your phone, but if you are looking for some sort of natural transition between the two, I think the iPhone definitely wins there. One important thing to note when it comes to video on the iPhone is unlike the artificial portrait mode that the Pixel can pull off with photos, because there's only one lens on this and there's two lenses on the iPhone, when you zoom in video mode, you're actually zooming in when you do the 2x zoom on the iPhone to a different lens, which is naturally going to give you not just a different look, but it's also going to give you just a better overall image, because it's not digitally zooming in. So if you do shoot a lot of stuff that you zoom in on your phone, just know that when you zoom in on video on the Pixel, it's digitally zooming in. And when you zoom in on the iPhone, it's going to do more of a natural zoom because it has that extra lens to jump through. So this is standard mode from the iPhone. And if I zoom into 2x mode there, you can see that naturally you're going to get a little compression now, and the background's going to be a little bit out of focus, and it's just going to be a nice looking image. On the Pixel 3 there, that's the default mode. And if I zoom in and want some more zoom, doesn't look bad, but you can see how it obviously is digitally zooming in. It's not actually zooming in on the lens, which plays a factor. Now, a huge part to me about the front-facing camera is actually more for Instagram stories and more for like selfie mode type of video. So I took it to Instagram and I just directly did a comparison in the Instagram video platform, and then I just saved that file directly to the phone to see which one looks better. This one was actually really surprising me, just how much better the iPhone looks from Instagram. Now obviously you can record these videos, even front-facing camera, as a file and then upload it and it will still look a little bit better, but it is interesting to see just how much better quality the iPhone gets than the Pixel 3. So now this is Instagram Story directly in the iPhone XS. What does it look like? Instagram's going to do their own sort of compression and their own sort of changes to it. So this is just to see what it looks like straight from the XS. So this is now the Pixel 3 in camera. Now the Pixel, hold down that button. And this is the iPhone XS, front-facing camera, just similar style. Maybe we were vlogging, maybe we're doing some sort of just talking to the camera. And how does the audio sound? We got some cars driving by here, we got leaves, we got some wind. How does it sound? How does it look? Just an overall, just video test here. So this is a front-facing Pixel 3 video test. This would be just if I was actually using my phone, maybe to vlog, something like that, where I'm kind of just looking at the camera. Nothing crazy. Definitely feels like it's a pretty tight shot, but it's not bad. How does the audio sound? We want to see how audio sounds, because if you are obviously talking to the camera, it's important to be able to see how good you can hear. So definitely a big difference in terms of video quality, but also sound quality. The microphone, without question, on the iPhone is significantly better in just quality's sake, which I never really realized a lot because I never compared them except for this video. Definitely a big difference in audio quality. Okay, so hopefully you found this review helpful, and not that I think any of us really pick our phones based on video quality, but if you're someone that is starting to get into YouTube or starting to get into something where the phone may be the best option you have, maybe that's a big factor to you. And at the end of the day, it's nice knowing that the video quality continues to improve and get better and better from our phones. Just, it's crazy. 5 years ago, we didn't even have this kind of quality on a camera. Now we have it on phones. It's just incredible. So for any of you that are thinking about getting started with YouTube or getting started creating any of your own videos, the cameras that you have in your pocket are mind-blowingly good for the fact that it's on your phone. So comment below, tell me which one you like better, and thanks for watching. Hopefully this was exactly what you were looking for when you clicked this video. I'll talk to you guys real soon.